Are you feeling stuck? Maybe it's that deal that you lost that kind of put you over the edge. Maybe you're on a streak where you just haven't been able to sell or close any deals for quite a while. Regardless, motivation, and that is motivating yourself on a regular basis, is key if you want to sell more. In this video, I'm going to share with you the exact strategy that I use and that I have my coaching clients use in order to stay motivated each and every day, regardless of what's going on around you. Hey, if you want more proven sales strategies, make sure you click that subscribe button and you can stay up to date on videos just like this that I release each and every week. And you can click the bell button and be notified when that video comes out so you can be the first to jump on it. Hi, I'm Shawn Casemore and I've been studying the habits of top sales performers for over 20 years. You'd almost think I started when I was 10, but I didn't. But it's been quite a while nonetheless. And what I wanted to share with you today is the exact strategies that I've used after learning from a lot of sales coaches, sales mentors, and people that have helped me along the way in order to stay motivated, so that when the day might be not going as well as planned or as well as I'd hoped, I'm still motivated to go out and sell more. Okay, let's jump right into this motivational strategy. Now again, if you're not in sales, you can still use this, but I find this really works well for those that are in sales and who are trying to stay motivated. I call it the WIN methodology. Now, hear me out. Yes, I know the name WIN kind of makes sense relative to staying motivated, but that's the point. I want you to remember this. So step one, in order to be motivated, is the W in the WIN, and that stands for you need to want to achieve something. Now that might sound silly, but here's the point. If you walk into each and every day and you're not clear on what you want to go after that day, what your goals are, what your objectives are, what you're going to achieve that day, then you're just wandering through the day. And it's pretty hard to stay motivated when you go into the day not knowing what you want to achieve, not being clear on what you want to achieve, because at the end of the day, you're going to look back and say, well, I answered some phone calls, I answered some emails, I did a couple proposals, big deal. There's nothing to be motivated about. So the first thing you need to do is create a habit, if you will, around clarifying each and every day, what do you want to achieve? Now, myself, I do this on an annual basis, kind of big goals. What do I want to achieve this year? Then I do it monthly. Then I break it down and I do it weekly, and I monitor throughout the week as I'm going to make sure I'm on track. However you choose to do this, you've got to be very clear on what your goals are, what your objectives are, what you're chasing after. Because if you don't do this, you'll just end up burning time, and that's not motivating to anybody. All right. Step two in the WIN methodology to stay motivated is that you need to inspire yourself. None of us can pull Tony Robbins out of our pocket and listen to him. I mean, I guess you could listen to his podcast, but it's not the same thing, right? If you've ever been to one of his events, he's inspiring, he's motivating, but here's the problem. When you leave, when you're done walking on fire, which I did, my feet didn't get burned, it was all good. When you leave, what happens is motivation does this, right? Every day that goes by, Tony gets farther and farther away, and it's pretty hard to stay on track. So you have to inspire yourself. Now, how do you do that? Well, if you're to look at the area that I sit in, my workspace, so to speak, I've got all sorts of things around me. I've got pictures of my kids. I've got motivational statements on pictures and stickers. Sometimes I listen to music. Whatever it is that inspires you, you need to use it all the time to keep yourself inspired. So if you've set goals, if you've been clear on what you want to achieve, have you put things that surround you that help you motivate to achieve those things? So if you want that new motorcycle, or you want to upgrade your car, or you want to put a pool at your house, put a picture of a great car, or maybe the car you want, or a pool near you. This isn't, though, don't get me wrong, this isn't warm and fuzzy woo-woo kind of stuff. If you stared at the wall long enough, it's going to come true. That's not it at all. But you and I both know if you want to buy things, or if you want to take a trip somewhere, or if you want to have more children, whatever your real objectives are, the things that are behind why you're working in sales, you should have those things around you, right? Because when you look at them, it's going to remind you of, oh yeah, this is why I'm doing this. This is why I'm going to pick up the phone, make another call. This is why I'm going to practice the rule of three, which I've talked about in earlier videos. If you haven't seen it, make sure you check them out. This is why when I don't get this one deal that I thought I'm going to get, I'm going to call 3 more people, because I'm motivating myself. I'm inspiring myself to keep going. So that's the second tip. Make sure you surround yourself with the things that inspire you to keep going. All right, the third step to the WIN methodology to stay motivated is you need to take the necessary actions. Necessary actions. What does that mean? Well, if you need to make 10 calls today, but you convince yourself you're too busy answering emails and sitting in meetings to make the calls, then you didn't take the necessary actions to bring your goals, your objectives to life, right? So in sales, sometimes we have to do things we're not always comfortable with. We have to pick up the phone when we're tired. Maybe it's the end of the day and we're like, I just can't do one more call. Do one more call. You have to take the necessary actions. Things do not just appear in life. They happen when you work towards them and when you take action towards them, right? I just got done rebuilding my deck. I've wanted a bigger deck for quite some time. We had a very small one. It's kind of falling apart. We needed something newer, and I thought, well, if I'm gonna make it newer, make it a little bit bigger, right? You'd be able to situate things a little bit better on that deck, right? More room for the table and chairs, more room for the barbecue. But guess what? As much as I kept thinking about how I wanted to increase the size of it, it didn't happen until I picked up a hammer and then some nails or screws and just started ripping it apart and rebuilding it. Right? So that's the point I want to make is you need to take the necessary actions. And normally we know what they are, but we don't convince ourselves we need to do them. We cut ourselves a break. We say, well, it's too late in the day. I'm too tired. I'm in too many meetings. You know, I just challenged a coaching client the other day to say, if you ever show up for a meeting and it was because you were on a client call and that client call went long and somebody challenges you on that, somebody gets upset at you, I want to know that because that's wrong. If your job is sales, reaching out to people, talking to clients, and you're late for an internal meeting because you're dealing with a customer and it was important, it's got to be important too, right? If that's the case, if somebody challenges you, hold on a second. I'm in sales. That's my job, right? So you've got to take the necessary actions. So let's recap. If you want to stay motivated, whether you're in sales or even in other types of positions that you require motivation, you want to follow the WIN methodology. Step one, you've got to want something and you've got to be really clear on what that is that you want, those objectives, those goals, those things you're pursuing. Step two, you've got to inspire yourself. Surround yourself with the kind of things that inspire you, that help you remember what it is you're really going after and why you're doing what you're doing. And then last but not least, take the necessary actions to move yourself forward. Nobody else can take them for you. It's all on you. But I'm going to promise you this. If you follow this WIN methodology on a regular basis, you will be motivated. Why? Because you're going to keep reaching out and doing the kinds of things you need to do, which in turn will inspire you to do more, which will help you reach your goal. We see it really, motivation is intrinsic, right? It's within us, but we need to take the actions, pursue the goals, and inspire ourselves to make it happen. So apply this methodology to your days, your months, your years, and I can promise you, you're going to increase your motivation and keep that motivation going. Now, if you want to stay on track with your goals, I've created what I call the 30-day action planner. You can get it for free. There's a link below. Check it out. It'll give you a spot where you can document exactly what we've gone through. What are the goals by week, by month, right? Why is it important? What are the actions I need to take? It's all right there in the simple little package, free of charge, no cost for you to download and use. So there's no excuse why you can't put this methodology to work right now. Just click that link below. All right, so if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you click the subscribe button. I release new videos each and every week, but you never know when. I try for Tuesdays, but you know, sometimes it's later. So make sure you click the subscribe button. You can get access to all these videos and click the bell. You can be notified when a new video comes out. Last but not least, if you're going to make sure, if you want to move forward in sales, you want to stay motivated, you've got to have skills, right? You can't sell without having some fundamental skills that allow you to sell. So if that's you, you need some more skills. You want to master the key skills in sales, make sure you check this video out next and you can become a sales master. Till next time, we'll talk to you soon. Take care.